everyone, a warm welcome. Myself B2 Lambi with the Academy of Science and Technology. This is the fifth video of residue integration. In this video, I am going to evaluate a few complicated contour integrals.
Consider a previous university question. Integral over C z e raised to 5 z by z raised to 4 minus 16 dz, where C is the ellipse 9x square minus y square equal to 9. Say it is different from all other questions which we have solved. Say in this question, C is an ellipse. In the previous videos, we evaluate the integral along a circle, but in this question you have to evaluate along the ellipse. Also, you have to notice that all contour integrals can be evaluated by using residue theorem. Residue theorem is integral over C f z dz is given by 2 pi I into sum of residues of the singularities within C. See, in residue theorem, C must be a closed curve. See, in this question, C is a closed curve because ellipse is a closed curve. So, you can evaluate by using residue theorem. For applying residue theorem, first you consider the given function and you identify its singularities which lies within C. So, here also you have to identify the singularities of the given function which lies within C. There also you may feel some difficulties. Even though there are a lot of difficulties here, but you can easily solve this question. See, C is an ellipse. We know the standard equation of the ellipse is x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. For an ellipse, you have to notice its right side is 1. So, in the given ellipse, you have to keep its right side is 1. For that, you have to divide throughout by 9. So, x square plus y square by 9 is equal to 1. That is x square plus y square by 3 square is equal to 1. See, this ellipse is, and its length, this length is A and this length is B. The given ellipse is this one, and it is here A is 1 and B is 3 square. This is its major axis, and major axis here it is 1 unit length and the minor axis is with the 3 unit length. So this length is 1 and this length is 3. Here you have to notice the singularities. So singularities are given by z raised to 4 minus 16 equal to 0. You solve this equation, such singularities are always poles. For solving this equation, you consider z raised to 4 equal to 16. Then you think which values of z whose power 4 is 16. We know 2 raised to 4 is 16. So 2 is a solution. Again, minus 2 raised to 4 is 16. So minus 2 is a solution. Again, we have 2y raised to 4 is 16. And also minus 2y raised to 4 is 16. So these are the solutions of this equation. So the solutions of this equation are 2 minus 2, 2y minus 2y. Really, there are different methods for solving this equation. I will do it in another way. How to solve this equation. So you factorize this equation. Its factorization is z square plus 4 into z square minus 4 equal to 0, which implies z plus 2y into z minus 2y into z plus 2 into z minus 2 equal to 0, because a square minus b square is a plus b into a minus 2, a square plus b square is a plus ib into a minus ib. Solving z equal to, from here minus 2y, from here 2y, from here minus 2, from here it is 2. See, these are the 4 values of z. See, since it is 4th degree, it has 4 solutions, whether it is repeated or not. Again, you can solve in another way. You consider this one. From here, z equal to 16 raised to 1 by 4. That is, you have to find the 4 fourth roots of 16. The 4 fourth roots of 16 are 2 minus 2, 2y minus 2y. See, these are the different ways for solving this equation. From this, we can notice its poles are 2 minus 2, 2i minus 2i. Among these poles, you have to check which poles are within C. See, in residual theorem, we have to check which poles are within C. Then you have to evaluate the corresponding residues and then take their sum, then multiplied by 2 pi. That will give the answer of the given integral. Next, we have to check which poles are within C. For applying residue theorem, we have to find the singularities which lies within C. Then you have to evaluate the corresponding residues and take their sum, then you multiply it by 2 pi I. That will give the required answer of the given integral. Here, the singularity 2. 2 will be here. Clearly it is outside of the given ellipse. Minus 2 is here. It is also outside of C. Next to 2i. 2i is, this length is 3 and 2i is here. So it is inside. Minus 2i will be here. So it is inside. So among these three poles, 2i and minus 2i are within C. So by residue theorem, integral over C f z dz is 2 pi I into sum of their corresponding residues, that is R1 plus R2. Suppose R1 is residue of f at 2i and R2 is residue of f at minus 2i. We have to evaluate both R1 and R2. Since 2i and minus 2i are single poles, you apply corresponding equation. So z minus 2i into fz. That is, limit z tends to 2i, z minus 2i into, you have to factorize fz. We have fz is, and its factorization is, see, these are the solutions of the denominator. So its factorization is z minus 2 into z plus 2 into z minus 2i into z plus 2i. Since the only poles within C are 2i and minus 2i, so you can combine these two terms for the smooth calculation of the limit. So this is z square minus 4 into z minus 2i into z plus 2i. This is our fz. That is, limit z tends to 2i, z e raised to pi z by z square minus 4 into z plus 2i. That is, 2i into e raised to 2i pi by minus 8 into 4i. It is 1 2 will cancel. So it is e raised to 2i pi divided by minus 16. Next we have to find e raised to 2i pi. For that, you remember the equation. What is e raised to I theta? E raised to I theta is cos theta plus I sin theta. You have to keep e raised to I theta is cos theta plus I sin theta in your mind. So what is e raised to 2i pi? It is e raised to I 2 pi. You put theta equal to 2 pi. It is cos 2 pi plus I sin 2 pi. Cos 2 pi is 1, sin 2 pi is 0. So it is 1. So it is minus 1 by 16. So R1 is minus 1 by 16. Similarly, you have to find R2. R2 is residue of f at minus 2i. It is limit z tends to minus 2i, z plus 2i into fz. Fz is z e raised to pi z divided by z square minus 4 into z minus 2i into z plus 2i. This z plus 2i will cancel each other. You put z equal to minus 2i, that is minus 2i into e raised to minus 2i pi divided by minus 2i the whole square, minus 4 into minus 4i, which is minus 2i into e raised to minus 2i pi divided by minus 2i the whole square, that is minus 1 square, 2 square, I square. That is 1 into 4 into minus 1, that is minus 4. So it is minus 16 into minus 4i. So minus here it is minus 8 only. It is minus 8 only. Minus 4 minus 4, it is minus 8. You cancel 2 with this, that is, you can see 1 by 16 e raised to minus 2i pi. And it is, what is e raised to minus 2i pi? So here it is e raised to minus I 2 pi. Theta is minus 2 pi, that is cos minus 2 pi plus I sin minus 2 pi. Cos 2 minus 2 pi, cos minus theta is minus cos theta, it is 1 itself. And then sin minus 2 pi, it is minus sin 2 pi. Sin 2 pi is 0, so that imaginary part will be 0, it is 1. So it is minus 1 by 16. That is our R2. Now we have both R1 and R2. R minus 1 by 16. You could put R1 and R2 in equation number 1. So integral over C, Fz dz is 2 pi I into minus 1 by 16 minus 1 by 16. That is minus 2 pi I into 2 by 16. So answer is minus I pi by 4. So this is the required answer of the given integral. Next we have to answer another interesting question. Evaluate integral over C. Z e raised to pi z by z square minus 16 plus z into e raised to pi by z dz, where C is the ellipse 9x square plus y square equal to 9. C is same as in the previous question. We have noticed the ellipse. See, you can evaluate this integral by splitting the integral into two integrals. So this integral can be written as integral over C z e raised to pi z by z square minus 16 dz plus integral over C z e raised to pi by z dz. By evaluating both integrals and put in equation number 1, we will get the required answer of the given integral. See the first integral. Really, we answered this question as the previous question. See, by previous question, its answer is minus I pi by 4. So we have to answer this integral. So our aim is to evaluate this integral. Integral over C is z e raised to pi by z dz, where C is the ellipse. In the previous question, we noticed the ellipse as this ellipse. This length is 1 unit and this length is 3 units. So for evaluating this integral, we have to take Fz as z e raised to pi by z. Next, you notice the singularities of Fz. Here you may face some difficulties for finding the singularities. Here the singularity is obtained from here. And clearly the singularity is z equal to 0. So in the function, here when z equal to 0, this goes to infinity. There we can find a singular point. So that goes to infinity when z equal to 0. Or you consider this fraction and its denominator is 0 when z equal to 0. So 0 is the singular point of Fz. Next you have to check whether the singular point inside or outside of C. Clearly 0 is here. So clearly it is a singular point which lies within C. So by the same theorem, integral over C Fz dz is 2 pi I into R1. So here we have to find R1. See, 0 is not a pole, so we can't apply that results. That results are, see in the previous questions, we find residue by using that results. That results are only for poles. Here it is not a pole, so we can't apply that result. Here we can find the residue by giving the Lorentz series expansion of Fz. See, Fz can be written as Z into, we know e raised expansion of e raised to z. E raised to z is 1 plus z square by 2 factorial z cube by 3 factorial plus etc. By using this expansion, e raised to pi z is 1 plus pi by z1 1 factorial plus pi square by z square by 2 factorial plus etc. It is z plus pi by 1 factorial plus pi square by 2 factorial into z plus etc. See, this plus etc. contains negative powers of z which is greater than 2. Really, residue of f at 0 is coefficient of 1 by z. Coefficient of 1 by z. And it is coefficient of 1 by z is pi square by 2. So the residue is pi square by 2. So you put R1 in equation number A. So we have integral over C Fz dz is 2 pi I into pi square by 2. That is I pi cube. I pi cube. You substitute this value in equation number 1. See, this is the value of this integral. Here Fz is z e raised to pi by z. So you can see integral over C z e raised to pi by z dz is I pi cube. You have to substitute that value in the first equation. So we have minus I pi by 4 plus I pi cube. See, this is the answer of the given integral. Z minus 3 by z square plus 2z plus 5 along the circle mod z plus 1 minus I equal to 2. Few students may find difficulty for identifying the position of the singular point with respect to C and also while evaluating the residue. See how we can answer this question. You can find its poles by solving this equation. Either you solve by calculator or manually. See, a second degree equation ax square plus bx plus c can be solved by using this equation x equal to minus b plus or minus root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. That is minus b plus or minus root b square minus 4ac by 2a. Minus 1 plus or minus root minus 16 by 2. That is minus 1 plus or minus I4 by 2. See here it is minus 2. Minus 2. You remove 2 minus 1 plus or minus 2y. So the poles are minus 1 plus 2y and minus 1 minus 2y. See, these are the poles of the given function. Next we have to check which poles are within C. So you put z equal to minus 1 plus 2y. Here plus 1 minus I which is equal to mod. This will cancel. It is I. Modulus of I is 1 which is less than 1. So clearly this is inside. It is inside. Similarly, you check minus 1 minus 2i plus 1 minus I is equal to mod minus 3i. Modulus of minus 3i is 3 which is greater than 2. So this is outside of C. So the only pole within C is minus 1 plus 2i. So here it has both real and imaginary parts. In such cases, you have to make another notation for indicating these poles. See, in the previous questions, either the real part or imaginary part. Here, it has both real and imaginary parts. In such situations, for the smooth calculations, you have to make a substitution here. Let alpha be minus 1 plus 2i and beta is -1 -2i. See, now our poles are alpha and beta. Clearly alpha is inside of C and beta is outside of C. So by residue theorem, we have integral over C f z dz is 2 pi I into R1 only. Next, we have to find R1. So before that, we have to factorize f z. Our f z is z minus 3 by z square plus 2z plus 5. And its solutions are alpha and beta. So the corresponding factorization is z minus alpha into z minus beta. Here, coefficient of z square is 1. So its factorization is z minus alpha, z minus beta. If the coefficient of z square is some 2, then you have to put 2 here. In general, if its coefficient is k, then in the factorization you have to put k here. Here k is 1, so there is no need of substituting the constant here. So the factorization of f z is like this. Next, we have to find the residue. R1 is the residue of the function at the inside pole, which is alpha. Residue of f at alpha is limit z tends to alpha, z minus alpha into f z. See, we notice residue of f at a is limit z tends to a, z minus a into f z. Here, in the place of a, it is alpha. So the equation is limit z tends to alpha, z minus alpha into f z. That is limit z tends to alpha, z minus alpha into f z is z minus 3 divided by z minus alpha into z minus beta. You remove this z minus alpha, it is limit z tends to alpha, z minus 3 by z minus beta. Next you put z equal to alpha. So it is alpha minus 3 by alpha minus beta. Next you have to put the value for alpha. What is alpha? Alpha is minus 1 plus 2y minus 3 divided by alpha minus beta. Alpha minus beta, then minus 1 will cancel each other and ultimately it will become 4i. Alpha minus beta is 4i. So it is minus 4 plus 2i by 4i. That is minus 2 plus I by 2i. See, this is R1. This is our R1. You put R1 in equation number 1. 2 pi I into minus 2 plus I by 2i. It is pi into minus 2 plus I. That is pi into I minus 2. This is the answer of the given integral. Integral over C, you replace f z, which is z minus 3 by z square plus 2z plus 5 dz. Next, consider another interesting question. Evaluate integral over C tan z by z minus 5 by 4 the whole square dz, where C is mod z equal to 1. It is also a previous university question, and most of the students make some difficulty while evaluating residue. Here the circle is unit circle. You are familiar with that circle. Here its pole is pi by 4. Clearly it is a double pole. And you check whether it is inside or outside. If it is outside, its answer is 0 by Cauchy's theorem. You check whether it is inside or outside. Here the singularity is pi by 4. While considering it as a point, you have to take pi as 3.14. In the case of angles, you have to take it as 180 degree. Here you have to consider it as a point, so pi is 3.14. So this point is 3.14 divided by 4. Clearly, which is less than 1, so which is inside of C. You take f z as tan z by z minus 5 by 4 the whole square. By residue theorem, integral over C f z dz is 2 pi I into R1. Here R1 is a residue of f at pi by 4. Here pi by 4 is a double pole, so its residue is limit z tends to pi by 4. The first derivative of z minus pi by 4 square into f z. That is limit z tends to pi by 4. First derivative of z minus pi by 4 the whole square into f z is tan z by z minus pi by 4 the whole square. You can see this will cancel each other and it is limit z tends to pi by 4 d by dz of tan z. What is derivative of tan z? Derivative of tan z is sec square z. Its limit is sec square pi by 4. Sec pi by 4 is root 2. So root 2 the whole square, which is 2. See, this is R1. You put the value of R1 in equation number 1. You can see integral over C f z dz is 2 pi I into 2. That is 4i pi.